Hello Guardians, it is Ebontis here, back at it with the weekly reset for you guys. It is December 12th. Osiris has been live for a week. We had the laser light show that was Prometheus Lens this weekend. If you didn't get to have fun with that, I am sorry. It was entertaining actually, and kind of a bit of fun. Everybody was on the same crazy playing field, so hopefully you guys got to enjoy a little bit of that. But a new week is here, a new patch is upon us. We've got Masterworks as an option. I haven't got one yet, but we'll see how many Banshee tokens I want to blow through to try. And outside of that, let's jump in. So, Flashpoint is Mercury. Now, Mercury only has so much space to work with, you guys know that, and it's going to be on the explorable space. Now, you guys know the public event is going to be the main thing that you guys want to work on. It's a nice way to knock out your Flashpoint experience that you need to get your powerful gear. Also a nice way to get clan XP and all the stuff that you're doing. But as you guys know, the Flashpoint usually involves more than one public event, and it's not active all the time, which is a bit of a problem. So, a couple things about that. Just remember, it does more than public events now. So it says complete public events and defeat Cabal Conquerors and Vex Defenders on Mercury. The Cabal Conquerors seem to be walking around. They were guys with, they were like phalanxes, just orange bars. So kill them, and each one seems to be about 3 1/3%. I killed 3 and I got 10%. So that happened. Then I did a public event and I got the heroic version done. And I'll do a separate video about that one. I'll actually probably post a link up here for you guys so you can see that. So that should pop up anywhere shortly. So the public event, I did that in the heroic version. I got 33%. So it doesn't seem like it's going to be overly difficult. Honestly, if you just wander around the outside of, you know, the regular part of Mercury right there, you're probably going to kill enough of those defenders and then have a public event show up. It's not going to be too bad. So knock that one out. Get your powerful gear for the week there. Also, you've got your Cayde stashes. There's one there, and there's one in the back. If you got a video coming up for that one, that will show up here. So you guys can click on that one. Take a look at that one. The heroic public event I will do later, but this, the Cayde stash videos, they're pretty easy to find, but I'll show you guys where those are at in a separate video, so you guys can check that one out. Make sure and pick those up again, chance at exotics. Then you've got your clan XP, always doing strikes, raids, crucible, world activities, good way to get powerful gear. The Nightfall this week, it is going to be Savathun's song. It's not like we've seen this before, but it is there again. So this is the one on Titan where you fight the giant shrieker in the end, dealing with Hive most of the time. You've got time warp anomalies, and let me know in the comments below. The Nightfall strikes have been tough for me to finish. Hats off to Esoteric, he's been crushing that. I do need to get back into trying finishing those, but this one is a rough one. But the anomalies are something you guys may want to see me just show you where they're all at. So I may actually just do a video showing you guys where the anomalies are, so you guys know as you're going through. If you do it as a group, it's usually not too bad. Just as long as you find the anomalies, you should be okay. The hard part about this one to solo is going to be momentum. You have to keep moving. And when it says sprint to speed up regeneration, it says sprint should actually say to start regeneration, because your health and shield regeneration stop with you're not moving. But if you're just kind of slightly walking around a little bit, that doesn't exactly speed up your regeneration. You can walk for a long time, it doesn't get any better. You have to sprint for an extended period of time to get that regeneration to kick in. So remember that. Always be sprinting, basically. But those two are yours. If you guys want to see that video, drop a not the complete Nightfall solo, but maybe just where the anomalies are at. Drop a comment below. Let me know if you guys are interested in that one. So after that, we come to the raid. As you guys know, the Eater of Worlds dropped. I don't know when Prestige is actually going to drop. I know they're doing that stuff with the patch right now and the Prestige level and things like that. All that's going to be what it is. So normal and Prestige doesn't really change, which is kind of stupid, but they're going to have to figure that one out. But you do have the new raid in there. I've actually lost track of what the sequence is on the raid, but I will probably try and do some raiding maybe tomorrow. Work on getting back into that for you guys. I don't know if you guys would even still want to see a guide from me on that one. So many other people have done one, but some of you guys like my format, so, you know, maybe practice just for future guides. So that's the raid for you guys. Check out the Eater of Worlds. It's actually a shorter raid, more jumping puzzles, things like that, and kind of a cool boss encounter from what I've seen. Haven't done it yet, haven't had a chance to. Call to Arms, of course, do your Crucible. You've got your Curse of Osiris focused playlist, so it's going to be a lot more of the new maps showing up as opposed to the older ones, or just your general mix here with Quick Play. And then you've got the heroic strikes. Now these are new. They are going to make sure these are available for supposedly everybody, I think, and to make them worthwhile. Now heroic strikes in Destiny 1 had modifiers, which would be nice if they threw these in here. Otherwise it's just a copy of a normal strike. They don't feel any different. Somehow they almost felt easier, which was weird. I don't know if it's just random, just happenstance of who I was playing with, but They definitely don't feel harder, and a heroic strike literally should be that. It should be a beefed up version of the strike. Now, don't just throw more bullet sponges in there. That's why I like the modifiers. I mean, if you're going to do that, throw one modifier in there. Say you've just got anomalies. You have a pretty good amount of time for match-made strike. You don't want to be crazy on them. But again, throw the anomalies in there as an option so you kind of get a feel for where to look for them. So then when you go to do a Nightfall, then you've actually seen them. So it's kind of a way to, say, maybe build somebody up to that. Just throwing ideas out there, not really saying it's what should happen. But of course, let me know your thoughts. How would you change heroic strikes to make them heroic? What would you do to modify those? But at least the nice thing about those, they are a match-made activity. You have a chance to get powerful gear by doing that, which is a nice thing because honestly, not everybody has a chance to do the Nightfall. You have to, you can do guided games, but I honestly tried on PC to do that a couple times. If I did it today, maybe, as it's earlier in the week, but I was trying to do it last night, and that just wasn't happening. I sat there in the queue for like 25 minutes, nobody showed. At least this is a way for powerful gear that is match made. So I am a fan of that. I just wish the heroics felt a little different. It would be nice. But as for your vendors, those have changed as well. So we are here in the tower. Let's head over to Eververse and see what is there. Again, don't forget to head over to Cayde, get those treasure maps. I'll have the video up for that so you guys can see that one.
Welcome, Guardian. That
will come up after this video. For Eververse, we've got a couple dance emotes that kind of shifted a few things around. You've got the Confused. That's that John Travolta meme. Kind of like it. Would probably be good in a selfie, but kind of nice. Dancey Dance. Sounds literally like something I would say. Just like Jokey Joke. Or, I'm not saying I've ever said Jokey Joke, but saying a word with like Dancy and then dance, like whatever the E on the end and then dance, sounds like something I would say. So maybe I'll just have to pick this one up. But dance like nobody's watching. Absolutely goofy and just have some fun. So that's kind of awesome. Striped Abandon, pretty straightforward. Nothing crazy on that one. The ship is more from still vanilla, not the Curse of Osiris ship, so nothing fancy there. Just kind of cool, kind of monochrome stripes on it there. Not too shabby. What is this? Oh, random mod, sure. You've got both ornaments for the Black Plague, or for the Rat King. This is the Black Plague. So you've got the kind of greenish logo, the black and green here, the butt of the gun back here. Pretty straightforward. Looks like it's kind of dying. Then you've got the Curse of Osiris ornament, mostly now with the wooden grip. Looks more like kind of Egyptian, I say Egyptian, but looks more like stone here on the top as opposed to the dying color. So more of that brownish Egyptian mummy color type to it. So catacombs as you'd expect. Now I'm on my Hunter. I haven't seen the other two, but the Omega Mechanos cloak looks pretty cool. Now cloaks, of course, the Hunters, you do have the better accessory. The Bond, you kind of get shortchanged, but you have your robes. You throw Callous Treasure on it, takes a pretty cool color. Viced Poison Shimmer, that cool iridescent effect. Iron Battalion, you got that one. Bumblebee, that really doesn't look like Bumblebee at all, so I'm not sure what their thoughts on that one are. Any other good one? Iron Wolf. Anyway, you get the idea. Pretty cool looking cloak, just because it's out there. You've got the Captaincy Shell, pretty standard, nothing crazy. Guardian Pink. Frumious Blue, it's basically white, blue, and silver. As you'd imagine, it's about how it looks. And then your Metallic Sunrise, kind of more of the sunrise. It's got a little iridescence here in the pants that changes depending on the angle, right here in the, you could call it the crotch region. You got the red on the back. You've got the copper boots down here. I don't know if that's the boots I'm wearing or what, but it does change the mask to match as well. So a couple accents are going to have that copper, same as the kind of shoulder pads and stuff. It's not a bad one. I like the metallicness to it on a couple pieces, but not overdone. I definitely see worse shaders. I just wish the metallic color would actually go with something. You've got the Fire Team Medallion, which is standard and increases experience. These are new. Gleaming Boon of the Vanguard. This is going to be, when used during a strike, all players receive an Eververse gift at the end of that strike. Now, I don't know if the gift is literally a random thing from, say, here, where it's going to be a ship, a shader, an engram, whatever, you know, or if it's actually going to be a straight-up illuminated engram, which would be cool, because they're not cheap. So 350 bright dust. Now, the only way you get dust is, of course, by the engrams, and occasionally it's just random. I have some, I haven't spent it. Same thing for Crucible. All players, which is cool, so if you're just playing Crucible and somebody else uses this one for their benefit, it's actually more expensive. So all 8 players in a Crucible match are going to get an Eververse gift. So I'm going to have to test one of these to see what type of gift it is. It's going to be a similar gift, and as the Crucible one is more expensive, you can use it quicker, but honestly, your better benefit's probably going to be here. So I'm going to have to see if these are equal and the same. Just have to find out and see. But they're going to give you an Eververse gift. I'm not sure if it's an engram or just one thing. Like maybe you get one skin or one ship or one emote. Or maybe you get a chance at an illuminated engram that covers, you might get a few things out of, which would be nice because the cost is not cheap. So don't forget about those. If you got some bright dust floating around, might be worth doing a strike with those. You got to do some heroic strikes anyway, so good time to test it out. Zavala and Shax have a little bit of a change as well. So you guys may have seen as you head over, I just need to pick that one up, but I'm just waiting. So the Took Offense, you've got all of your basically Vanguard items now available for purchase. So they're going to be a certain set number of shards, 15 for the class item, 20 for the gauntlets and boots, and then 25 for the chest and the helm. All of them are 10 Vanguard tokens each, so if you want a specific piece, you can get it. These are all heavy hunter armor sets, so if that's what you're going for. And they also have a limited time reward. So it takes 10 reward engrams to unlock. I don't actually see a spot where it tells me how many I've done. I've done a few, and that may be one of those where I have to either pick this one up to see the number I've done or go onto something like Destiny Item Manager and see my level. Either way, you can see that this is going to be your standard origin story. Nothing too crazy here. So, kills with this weapon and to increase temporary damage. Still got your Masterworks stuff. I'll cover that in a second. And then you also have your ornaments as well. And the new piece down here of the consumable, you can get all players in a strike. Now get a chance of a Vanguard gift. Again, I don't know if it's just going to be a random piece of Vanguard armor or a weapon. Like you get a chance at Origin Story or Nameless Midnight, whatever it's going to be. But that one's cheaper. That one's just shards, so that one's probably going to be an easier one to test out. Over here across the catwalk, we've also got Shax. He's going to have a similar setup where it's armor, a timed weapon, and then, of course, your ornaments as well. So you got your ornaments. Of course, all those take their things to get one. I've been playing mostly on PC. That's why this stuff hasn't really been touched. Then you've got your cloak, all that stuff, and you've got your weapon. This one is going to be Autumn Wind. So it is the pulse rifle from Crucible. I don't think this thing is at least amazing from what I've heard. I haven't seen it pop up yet, but improved stability. You've got accurized rounds or tactical mag with a drop in range, but increased stability. Make some of that range up with the sight, honestly, giving up some handling. So could be a decent balance to try out. And then you've got the Masterworks stuff coming as well. Heading over to Banshee to talk about the Masterworks stuff, just for the random chance I might get one. Otherwise, I'll just discuss it. I don't think too much else has changed, but over here, Banshee has his new stuff, because last week I did not do a reset video. So you've got your set mods that you can buy. You got your create armor and weapon mods, and you got 3 that rotate basically every day, I think. Solar weapon mod, arc impact mod, arc paragon mod. So all that stuff's going to be random. You do need mod components to buy them, and then 10 shards. But at least if you want a specific one and you've got the components sitting out there and it pops up, you can at least buy a specific one. Now I'm going to turn in a couple packages. It does take 40 now since they increased the amount you need. And see if I get anything Masterwork related. Okay, that's not what I intended to do, but there's proof that that's an option. So Telesto just happened. Of course, I get that at 308, so that's not really helping me much, but it's there. Ornaments. Yeah, that's really not how that was intended to go. So let me pull something else up so you guys can see that. But random luck, sure, I'll take it. So, all of your weapons now that are legendary have an option right here called Masterwork Upgrade. Now, you can do it one of 2 ways. I'm guessing once you do one, you can probably pick both. It shouldn't be a big deal. But once it turns into Masterwork, it's going to have a different look to it, for one, and 2, it's going to have an upgrade. So upgrade this weapon to Masterwork, and you can have some drop as Masterwork. Otherwise, you can upgrade the ones you want. So only thing I'll say about upgrading the ones you want, pick and choose wisely because they're not cheap. So the Masterwork core is what comes from a Masterwork weapon when you dismantle it. You get 1 per weapon. So if you find 10 Masterworks, I have no idea the drop rate yet. If I go through 20 legendaries and I get 1 Masterwork, this is going to take a while, so we'll have to see. But the Crucible Masterwork is going to, for one, always, it'll generate orbs on multi-kills. So if you kill 2 people close together, you might get a little orb pop up. And you also gain a random bonus stat. Same thing on Vanguard, multi-kills, and random bonus stat. The bonus stat is going to be on the gun. I think this is just going to switch back and forth between which kill type you want to be showing on the weapon. So I don't think you're going to have to pay for both. That's the thing. It just gains a tracker that displays the number of Crucible opponents or the number of enemies you've killed. The biggest thing is the random stat. So say, for example, and they're talking about these stats over here from what I can gather. So say you might get a reload speed boost by 10, or maybe a stability boost by 10, or a range boost by 5, or who knows what it is. But that's basically the idea, is it's going to take whatever weapons are out there, and the Masterwork version is going to be a hair better. So take a Uriel's Gift, something that's very popular, and say you boost the stability by 10. Well, your Uriel's Gift at that point will have a bit of an edge on somebody else's. So you've got something to grind for. Is it going to make a drastic difference? Probably not. They are going to be random, so you might get a Uriel's Gift that gives you increased handling, and somebody else has one that might give them increased stability. Theirs is probably going to be better in a firefight. Yours is just going to be, you know, faster speed for ADS and bringing the weapon up and things like that. So they are going to be random. I'm sure different weapons are going to have different pools of stats. So obviously, you know, an auto rifle is probably going to have different stats from a rocket launcher if I can get things like blast radius and velocity as opposed to impact on the other side. Similar stuff, but those are going to be your options. But again, even the raid is going to have Masterworks. Now, the thing about the raid is they're going to have, I think Prestige might even have a higher chance to drop, but the raid is supposed to have a higher chance to drop Masterworks. So your Prestige level high stuff, like say the Prestige Nightfall, if you want to knock that one out, hopefully I have a benefit to that as well. So we'll have to see as we go through, but I think I've rambled on way too long on this video for you guys, so I'm sorry about the long video. Tried to do this twice, it ended up about the same length of time, so I'm just going to leave it as is. As always, guys, thank you for the support. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like below. If you didn't, let me know what I'm doing that I could do to improve. Like, you know, make this shorter, which of course I would normally, but there's just a lot to cover this week. And of course, if you did enjoy the video, drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys enjoyed, what you're looking forward to, your thoughts on the public events, and all of what's going on with this patch. If you guys also want to follow me on twitch.tv/Ebontis, you can catch me there. On Twitter, Ebontis there. I've got stuff going on about my new PC build, just a hint of what's coming. A lot more PC play has actually happened lately. It's just really hard to go back to PS4, but I still will play here. And of course, as always, guys, right here on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, drop the likes, help support the channel. And as always, guys, thank you for the support. So thank you for everything this week. I'll have those videos up about the heroic public event on Mercury. Probably tomorrow on that one because I've got an event going on tonight, but I've got the Cayde stash locations video following this one shortly. So thank you for everything, guys. Have a great one. Sorry about the length of the video, but I will talk to you guys soon. Have yourself a good one. As always, wherever you're at around the world, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Have a great day.